This is Christina with DC Anime Review. We're gonna be discussing season 4, part 2, episode 5, and joining me is Pooja and Doreen.
This
Hello.
episode was. This episode was. I'm not even gonna start with a hello. This
I,
episode.
I don't even know.
Nah, this episode. It was. I was waiting for this episode, and I literally have no words. I have no words. I have 0 words for this episode. This episode was everything, accumulating since episode 1, chapter 1.
Yes.
And I don't know how we're going to talk about this episode without manga spoilers, but we're going to try.
Yes,
Do our
which
best we can.
is gonna be extremely hard, though.
Yes. It will be.
I
So-
know that if people have not read the manga, you really need to read the manga.
You're gonna be completely lost.
You're going to be completely lost. If you had not followed the chapters in the manga series, you need to really follow this seriously. Because especially we just found out the history about Amir, the girl,
With
The
Ymir,
founding
the founding Titan. Yes.
founding Titan. And you kind of hear her story, and it's very sad. It's a very
Her
sad
story is the most traumatic story in the entire series.
Exactly.
This child, this 13-year-old girl, has known nothing except for suffering.
hmm She went through a lot of pain and suffering, and all she did was to be obedient and follow things, and it's like she had no choice, her own, like a choice of her own to make her own decision, and it's kind of sad. Like you see, like her village get ambushed, and
And then
Oh.
she got taken as a slave, and then she did something that she wasn't supposed to do, which was releasing the pigs, and she wasn't supposed to do that. And then you see, and of course the Eldian king, being an asshole that he is, he's like threatening his slaves and be like, oh, somebody better tell me who let the pigs out, or else you're gonna lose an eye. I mean, what does it matter to your slaves? You don't matter to me. That's the way he's talking.
And the king was so horrible how he did that. And the thing is, because they all feared the king, they all pointed to her. Like, they all point their finger at her. Instead of, protecting her, they were a bunch of cowards.
They wanted to blame somebody, so they said, okay, we're gonna blame this kid.
I mean, she did release the pigs. That's not wrong.
Well, but that's true.
She did do something she wasn't supposed to do, because they're animals. I'm also thinking those pigs were gonna get slaughtered for food or whatever. I don't even want to think about it. But she thought that was the right thing to do, to let them go, to let them be free.
Exactly.
And that's the main thing in this whole franchise, freedom.
Yes.
Just so everyone knows that. That's the main thing, and that's the goal of Attack on Titan, pretty much, is freedom.
It's definitely freedom is the main theme
And
of
when
the
the
series.
Eldian king said "you are free," you guys saw the word "free." It was in quotation marks.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, so she was basically being hunted down, for the hell of it, for fun, for sport.
Yeah, like an animal. They were hunting her like an animal, and the crazy thing is that she runs into this tree, which some strange reason once she goes into the tree,
She slips and she loses her bell and she falls into the water.
yes,
And then this thing attaches itself to her.
This
and then
thing that needs a better explanation in the anime, manga readers, you know what I'm talking about, but anime onlys are gonna be like, what the hell? But that thing basically attaches to her, and that's how she became the first Titan.
Yes, I felt that if people had not read the manga, they should explain it a lot more details of what was that was attaching to her to make her become the founding Titan in the first place. And they say, okay, everybody's probably looking, what is that glowing thing and why is it attaching to her?
It's a real creature, by the way. It's not a made up thing. It's a real creature.
No, it's I forgot the name of the creature.
It's like it's called a hallucigenia, something like that. It's like a little worm.
Yeah. That's what it is, and it's it's interesting because when you see the thing attach her, and she becomes the Titan, then all of a sudden, the king decide to use her as like a weapon.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's what that creature looks like in real life.
Wow.
It's not a made up creature. It's an actual creature of science.
Interesting.
And it does what it did to Ymir. It latches onto things so it can evolve, it can grow.
But when you look at it, it looked like a spinal cord.
Yeah.
Looked like the spinal cord of the rib. Like when you look at it, it looked like that, and that's why it's the way it attached to her was like a spinal cord. It looked like it was spine to her back, and it was interesting because it's like, like that's probably how it created like the DNA in a way, like a DNA of the Titans. Like if you think of it that way.
Yeah, but like you were saying, the king basically used her for a weapon of war. Basically attacking what was Marley back then.
Yeah.
So like they could take over, and then do you think she's safe?
No.
The king made her bear his children.
Which, that was like disturbing.
And she was a child. Maybe because she died when she was 13. So I want to say maybe she was maybe 10, 11, maybe 12.
Yeah. When he made her have kids, which is sick.
Yeah.
But a lot of in history, a lot of kings did that. Though.
Yeah.
They did.
They would marry young because they figure so that they can have. They're not old enough. They're not old where they can't have any more kids. So they would get someone that's a kid or something just to have
their children.
Their children, and of course, hopefully, they have a male heir. That's what was mostly, they could carry the name and stuff. And
I'm surprised like it didn't go that further. Be like, you didn't give me a male heir, and then he would like berate her more and stuff. It didn't go that far. I guess he was fine with having daughters. I guess I guess maybe he was old. He was like, okay, I'm getting 3 girls. That's it. No male heir.
Like, I don't care.
No male heir. And that would sound like King Henry if you think of like the history with King Henry.
Yeah, and then it's crazy because it's like he really didn't give a damn about her because the thing is too, even when she's like dying, he still says, "Oh, slave." Like he still was calling her that.
Yeah, because she died protecting him.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Like you would think, and you're wondering like, why would she risk her life for him? Like like someone who treat her like so bad.
I'm going to say because this is all she knew. She didn't know anything else.
She didn't know anything else. You're right, because she was a kid, and that's all she's known in her entire time of life.
Yeah,
that's it.
And because I mean, if she didn't protect him, like what would happen to her and her children?
That's true.
So it's true. Like who knows? Maybe things would have been because like all she knew was pain and suffering. That's all she knew. Like if she stood there and let the king die. There were people around. Who knows? They could have done something to her. They could have done something to her children.
Yeah, that's very true. And it was like really sad that it was even more disturbing when after she died that they used every piece of her body, her flesh and everything to feed her children.
Yeah, it was kind of censored, but the manga was worse. But I understand why they censored it. Like the lighting was dim and like you didn't really see much, but you could still see what was happening. And I had to look away. I'm like, nah, I'm not watching this part.
Like you got a hint what was going on right there, and it was like, and what's interesting that the name of the 3 daughters are named after the wall.
Yeah, Maria, Sheena, and Rose. Yeah, they're named after the walls.
Yeah. Which was very interesting about that.
And then it's crazy too because then he's like when he was dying he tells his daughters that you have to bear more kids and keep the lineage
the lineage of the founding Titan alive.
Yeah,
exactly. Like having your grandchildren, your kids eat you, or your grandchildren eat their parents, or it's like from generation to generation they had to eat each other's flesh and bear more children so they could produce more Titans.
Yeah, like, that's how the 9 Titans came to be.
Yeah, which that is so disturbing. Like that, it's like very cool.
And then even when this girl is dead, she's still suffering.
Yeah,
she knows no peace. There is no peace for this child.
Exactly. Like in the afterlife, she's still working as a slave, which is so sad. Like she's supposed to be like supposed to be the one who is the founding Titan, but yeah, she is treated as a slave,
Yeah.
not as a leader, not as like, okay, she's supposed to be the goddess,
Yeah.
and she's not treated as a goddess. She's more treated as a slave, and it's terrible.
Yeah, and he just the Eldian king. He just used her pretty much. He just took. He's like, use her. Oh, I just need some like a powerful army or whatever. Make more Titans, and that's it. Like, I don't care.
And that's why Zeke, since he has the Eldian king's blood, he thought Ymir would listen to him.
Mm-hmm.
But Eren said, "Nah, I ain't doing that shit."
No, he was pissed. He was like, even though he was he thought that like he could get the upper hand, but still.
And that scene where he broke out of the chains, Yuki Kaji, I applaud you, sir. I applaud you. You were that was fantastic. That scream was fantastic. Great. I heard that the voice actor Yuki Kaji, like I heard like he almost passed out doing that one scene.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He gave it his all.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, that was good. That was really awesome. The like you could feel it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You
You could
feel
feel
it.
it. Yeah, you felt it.
You felt it with that emotion of what he's going through, and then he pulled the chain, and then you see he pulls it, and he ripped like part off like
his hand.
Yeah, but
he
can
like,
regenerate.
like
he's fine.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, they
and
regenerate.
then
They're
he runs to Ymir and he tells her, you're not a god, you're not a slave, you're just a person.
Yeah, you're a human being.
Yeah, and he's hugging her and he's like, I can put a stop to this. I can finish this. I just need your power.
And I'm gonna say I will applaud Eren for this part though, because he made Ymir a person. He didn't say, you are not a thing. You're not a slave. You are and you suffer 2,000 years of this. And you need to make your own decision.
There needs to be an end. There needs to be an end to this.
Yeah, but I feel like he kind of used her too, just to get her power.
Just a little
probably,
bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. I'll say a little bit. But you see the expression on Amir's face.
You saw her face. Like, she was crying. Like, this is the first time somebody actually, told me that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm no god, I'm no slave, I'm a person. No one ever said that to her.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, when Ymir does give him her power, all hell breaks loose. And the walls, and all the walls in Shingashina, they all break, and you see all these titans just walking and wrecking everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anime onlys, I'm sorry, you're not ready for these next couple of episodes, man. You do not want to know what's gonna go down.
Yes.
But it is crazy. And the Titan rise up. The Titan rise up. Now,
and the people go down.
Yeah, you saw like half the majority of Marley's army. Well, they're dead.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, they're basically dead. You see like Armin, Mikasa, Jean, Connie, Reiner, Gabby. You see and Peak, like and poor Falco's just lying in the sand. Like, God damn it, this child.
Yeah,
they don't care. They don't care anymore.
It's like, and Armin and Mikasa are like having this conversation, like, what the hell's going on here? And Armin's like, oh, Eren did it. He won. We're fine. I'm like, Armin, what the shit?
No.
You're the smart one.
Yes, he wasn't very smart.
No, he wasn't.
No, he was so confident. He thought that Eren was actually on their side. Is on their side, but then the next thing you know, he finds something not right.
He realizes that, wait, there are way too many Titans. What the hell is happening? And then we hear Eren's speech to the world.
Mm-hmm.
The entire world through pads, and he's saying that I am destroying the world because you keep destroying my home.
Yeah. And he's saying that you don't care about my people. You don't care about my people, so you know what? I'm gonna destroy everybody that try to go near my people.
Yeah.
And that's his way, like telling everybody, I'm giving you the message that this is gonna end.
Yeah,
and it's not gonna end pretty.
His message is genocide. His message is global genocide.
But you know what's sad?
Yeah.
He didn't give them at least a year to like think of it and reflect on
No,
their
he's
actions
done.
and
He's
stuff.
done. He's done.
Like,
Done.
Like Castlevania, Dracula was like nice. He gave him at least a year.
Oh my
Let
god,
them like.
no. He's
At least he gave him a warning. He warned people. Yeah.
Eren Yeager is done with this world. He is done, and he wants to just massacre everything.
Yeah.
He's had it.
Yeah, he's. I don't blame him.
I don't blame him. Yeah.
I don't blame him either.
I think what broke him was seeing how much Ymir was suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
why he got mad. That's why he was mad, because he see how she was suffering, and for him there was okay. Yes, he slightly did use her. I do believe that, but then there's a part that what he said was true for her.
No, that was genuine. That was genuine. I feel like that must have been like genuine feelings that he felt for this this lonely little girl who suffered for 2,000 years.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like
well,
she went.
You know what? It's because you don't like injustice. That's what it is.
Yeah.
He never liked that. That's why he wants to change it. And even though it's
I mean, his way, a lot of people I know are always like, why are you against Eren? Why are you against Eren? Look what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this episode is probably gonna make people see.
Yeah, see that.
Guys.
Yeah, they're like, I thought Eren was your favorite character. He is. I like the character. He is one of my favorite characters. Just that, what he's doing, it's not right.
Yeah, but he's more thinking like action more than thinking it through. That's what it is.
That's true. Yeah, and like you said when we had our manga chapter discussion on chapter 134, that he's gonna have his oh shit moment, and that was that was his oh shit moment. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, please go watch that video before you watch this one.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be spoiled.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But from now on, things are gonna get pretty spicy from here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna get really. It's gonna get really crazy.
Really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna get really crazy. So yeah, with that, should we go final thoughts?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, final thoughts.
Yes, I'm gonna start.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Final thoughts. This episode was really good. I like that they explained like Ymir's backstory a lot, which was good. I mean, I'm glad. I mean, it's good that they didn't put too much like the what they had in the manga, because it probably people would have probably got more offended and stuff. So it's probably good that they didn't do that. And it's interesting too how like just Eren went from like protagonist and now he's going the other way kind of thing.
He is the other way now. He's this episode he is officially an antagonist.
Yes.
He is not the protagonist anymore.
Well, you could think he's a protagonist because he's trying to help you.
I mean, every villain thinks they're the protagonist anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So there we go.
It's true. That's very true.
Anything else?
His friends are, and also too, like, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but things are gonna change between everything that everybody thought about him is all gonna be different now.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if it already isn't already, people's viewpoint of Eren is going to be completely different. Mm-hmm. And I think that's all I got at the moment. That's it.
All right, Doreen, final thoughts?
My final thought? Well, this episode was really good. And I did like the part about the same thing, like Ymir's story and everything. And it was very sad, but you know what? You get to see how it all started and how it became the founding titan. So I kind of did like how they did that. Yeah. I give applause for Eren. I have to give applause for Eren for making her feel like she is a human being, and for someone to say that to her after 2,000 years that she was suffering, all that pain and suffering. For someone to say that to her, it was a relief. Like that made. It was like a good thing that somebody did say, you're not a slave, you're not a thing, you are a person. You are meant to make your own decision. And I know that like it's gonna get bad later on in the series. We can't tell you about that, but like and the relationship between Mikasa and Armin and all the rest with Eren is going to change so dramatically. It's like, can they really trust him, or that can they really forgive him for what he's about to do,
Or even to how their friendship is going to go.
or how
Yeah.
their friendship's going to go, or how it's going to end.
Yeah.
Are they still going to remain friends or not? I can't say.
I mean, we know.
We
of
know,
course-
we know the outcome. We know the
know,
outcome. That's
but
why
I don't want to say.
That's why
I
we
don't-
keep saying with each episode, read the manga chapters. Read the manga chapters. Just even if you don't want to buy the manga volumes, just go online, look it up. Like look at some screenshots. Just do whatever you have to do because from here to whenever this final season ends, you're not going to be able to avoid spoilers, and things are going to get crazy. Eren is officially the antagonist now, and the Survey Corp and whatever's left of the Marley Alliance, they have to bring him down by any means necessary because destroying the world isn't the right way. Like I know he's tired. We're all tired, okay? We're all tired of the series being nothing but pain and suffering, okay?
Yes.
We're all tired, but we don't want to have mass genocide in our story.
Yes. But Eren does.
Yeah, I know, but Eren does, and whatever Eren gets, he wants one way or the other.
And he gets what he wants, and he does, and he'll prance and throw a temper tantrum if he doesn't.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
I applaud Yuki Kaji. He's doing phenomenal. Let's see if Bryce, what's his name? Bryce Papenbrook. I hope you live up to Yuki Kaji's, voice acting in whenever you get to this episode, whenever Funimation starts dubbing it. I think they are starting to dub it. I think next week. So
It's gonna be soon. I have a
it's
feeling
next
it
week.
is.
It's next week. It airs on Toonami next week.
Ooh, I want to hear how he sounds in the English too.
so
What if-
the English dub is basically 5 episodes behind.
yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
They do that purposely. I think what happened, they wait until the Japanese do it first, and then they have to get that episode, and then they have to
Yeah, but
translate
5
it to
episodes
English.
is not bad,
No, it's not bad at all. No,
Yeah,
it's not
so,
bad at all.
yeah, all I gotta say is, anime onlys, read the manga. If you don't want to, then you're in for a big shock. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. The show is about to go down to hell and back, and I don't know what else to say. Is just read the manga.
Oh, and pay attention to a bird.
Yes,
That's all
pay
I give
attention
you.
to the bird.
Oh, that's a hint.
The bird is very important in the whole franchise.
Yes, so with
There's
that,
a-
we will bid you farewell. See you next week for another fun podcast. Bye.